He tweeted out, I am in the recovery process. I've suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of a strain 3. There's still inflammation surrounding my knee, and my knee remains unstable. I'm still in good spirits as I continue with treatments on the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself to my guys and fans. I'm still hopeful we still have a chance. Lot there in those tweets. My goodness, Shannon, how do you interpret what Lamar was saying?
To make a long story short, Skip, unfortunately, my knee will not be stable for another month, so stop asking me. Lamar knows his knee. He says his knee is not healthy, it's not stable, and my doctors have informed me my knee will not be healthy until one day after the Super Bowl. That's what my doctors are telling me.
Okay.
Skip, you know what I was thinking? I said the two things that help injuries the most, ice and money. It's amazing what ice could do and what money could do on top of ice. So if you want to set an ice bag on that knee and a bag of money on top of it, man, Lamar Jackson come out that thing like Superman, like he came out there against Cleveland that night. Watch it.
The ice you put on your knee and the ice you can wear. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And Lamar knows it. Lamar says, finally, you guys get a chance to see for all the inadequacies that you say I possess.
Yeah.
This is what I know. We were leading the division at 8-4 when I got injured. We was averaging 25 points a game. Now we're 2-3, and we average 12.5. So we average half as many points now than we did when I was in the ball game. So he's averaging, Skip, he ran for 764 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging almost 7 yards a carry. That's his highest yards per carry since that MVP season in 2019.
Yep.
So Lamar Jackson's like, guys, I wish there was something I can tell you. I wish I could update you and say I'm coming back, but I'm not. I'm not. He says, I want to be out there for my guys, but I want you guys, he said, my guys, I want the guys upstairs to be there for me.
Yeah.
And they're not there for me, but they want me to be there for them. And so, guys, I'm sorry. Teammates, I'm sorry. I really, really want to be there, but this is the one time that Lamar Jackson will be very, very selfish, as he absolutely should. Because at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson better take care of Lamar Jackson, because it looks to me the Ravens ain't trying to take care of Lamar. They had 2 years to do this.
Yep.
Because anytime they let a quarterback...
They had 3 years. Truly.
3.
I mean, when you win the MVP, you just say, let's tear up our deal.
As soon as we can get this man a new deal at the end of next year, this month it's done.
Let's do it. Okay.
They're telling you, Skip, if you are a player and they make you play that fifth-year option out, they already tell you what they believe. They don't believe, I don't know what they believe. They might believe in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy, but they don't believe in you. No. Because if they did, go look at everybody that's gotten these guys that's gotten contracts since the advent of, you get they pick up the fifth-year option. And go look who's gotten their money after year 3.
Yeah. Even though Lamar has some Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy in him when he's on the football field.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to quickly double down on your ice statement about real ice as in ice cold ice. It is a miracle healer. I'm not sure I'd be sitting here without ice because I use it every single night of my life. But thank you for saying that. This shook me up a little bit because I really tried to read between the lines here. And I've told you 1,000 times on this show, the hardest thing for me to debate about, to have opinions about, are injuries, because I don't know.
Right.
None of us know. There's really only one human on this earth who really knows what he's talking about here, and that's this human.
Yes.
Because even the doctors, how many doctors in your years have swung and missed about what's exactly wrong with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes into some detail about a PCL sprain, grade 2, borderline grade 3. Well, grade 3 is that.
Oh yeah.
I've seen quarterbacks have to take off at least a month, maybe 2, over a bad sprain. It's the closest thing to a tear you can have.
Correct.
And it's just hard to get rid of it because there's really not that much you can do except ice.
Ice.
All right.
And rest.
And rest. So, reading between the lines, it keeps bringing me back to the statement you and I have talked about this whole, heck, we've been on this for a month. The question becomes, if Lamar wanted to play football this coming, which day do they play? Sunday?
Sunday, I think Sunday.
I think Sunday. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up on which days. But if Lamar wanted to play football this weekend for his Baltimore Ravens, I believe he would just play. I mean, if if he had his contract, that would be the point. If you had been paid, and you thought there was even a sliver of a chance that you could tough it out and gut it out and play on a grade 2 sprain, I just believe he wouldn't even think twice about it. He would play. So it comes down to, is this about the injury or the contract? I'm saying it's all about the contract.
Yeah, it should be.
All right? And it should be. So I'm going to triple down on what I'm saying. Lamar is quitting on the Ravens because they quit on him.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to advocate. It's hard for me to bless somebody quitting on a team because it tears at everything I believe about this, just the foundation of playing sports, of competitive sports. But in this case, the extenuating circumstance is so overpoweringly on Lamar's side that I can't root for the Ravens here. I can't condemn Lamar. You can't quit on your team. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Because Lamar is thinking like, hold on. Y'all wouldn't give me my money when I left in the offseason. I was healthy. So now you think I think you're going to give me money if I limp into the offseason?
No.
Hell no. So this is where we are. Hey, I wish my guy. Hey guys, go get it. I wish you guys the best of luck. But I'm not putting my career in any further jeopardy for this team.
Okay. And Lamar's in a tricky situation, PR-wise, as he well knows, because it's also highly suspicious to me that since he hurt his knee on December the 4th, we're ways away from December the 4th. So what's
about 5 weeks?
5 weeks. Okay, let's say 5 weeks ago he hurt his knee. Not one time has the face of this franchise, the quarterback of this franchise, addressed the media in an open interview where you do a Q&A type interview, where you open it up to questions. Why? Because it's too slippery of a slope to talk about, because the media is going to ask you, are you holding in? Are you, or what's happening here? What is your mindset?
You know they're going to ask you, Skip, Lamar, if you'd had your money, do you think you would have?
It'd be like the first question, right?
Well, I'll probably be more apt to put a knee brace on and see if it's stable enough for me to go out there and play.
All right. So it has been suspicious to me that he hasn't spoken a word to the Baltimore or the national media, yet he needed to. Was this on Twitter? Yeah, it was Twitter.
It was Twitter.
Okay, so he goes to Twitter yesterday and posts a statement. Actually, very smart. He's representing himself along with his mom. But this is something you need advisors, you need PR people to tell you, okay, what's the best strategy here? Well, the best strategy is you control your own narrative. You write it down and post it on Twitter. And let's get every word exactly the way we want every word to work here. Okay? So he said all the right things. He's basically saying, I'm rooting for my guys. I'm hopeful we have a chance. All great. Sounds like Tyler Huntley's going to have a chance to play. He gives him a slightly better chance, maybe, but still. They're at Joe Burrow. They're against their not arch rivals, but rivals within the
division.
One of them. Yeah, one is maybe not Pittsburgh.
No, it's not Pittsburgh.
Okay, all right, but it is a rival because they're very good. And this is your rubber match with them, but I don't give you much of a shot, either, whoever plays. With Lamar, would I get? Yeah.
Well, hell, if Lamar had been healthy, I'm not so sure that maybe Cincinnati had been coming to Baltimore.
I would agree with that. So an ugly situation starts to get uglier, and how this is going to play out, I'm not even convinced they're going to tag him. It has gotten so extreme here, what's going on, that it feels like they're preparing to cut bait, as in move on, as in trade, as in whatever way you're going to reshuffle your deck here, right? It just feels like they're on the verge of being done with Lamar because they don't trust his long-term health. I don't know if they don't trust him. He had the incident where he went back and forth with the guy on Twitter or whatever. I don't think they love the fact that he's been holding in all year, that he came in but his heart wasn't in the preparation for the games until it was game time, then he played his tail off. But it feels like the bridge is on fire, if not burned to the ground, and it feels like they're not long for the world for each other.
Yeah, Skip, I can't sit over here on this side of the table and say I disagree with anything that you've said, because it does look like they're headed for a breakup. It looks like it's going to be a contentious breakup. It's not going to be one of those things where each side releases a statement that says this was amicable. Breaking up is not amicable.
Yeah, I know. What tears me up about this, it was such a fairy tale story.
Yes.
Lamar, and I'll be the first, I didn't see this coming. When I watched him at Louisville, I couldn't see this.
No.
I wasn't sure. But there was somebody out there who wanted him to play receiver. Remember that?
Yes, we do.
So we went from, we need you to play receiver at the next level, if you can make it at receiver, to MVP in 2 years.
Right.
In his second year.
Skip, I didn't think that he could be an MVP. I'll be honest with that. I didn't think he could be an MVP. But I saw the guy win the Heisman Trophy, throwing for 3,000 and rushing for 1,500.
He did.
So, I mean, he could throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just how good and how consistently could he throw it? So I thought he could play quarterback in the league. I didn't think he could be an MVP quarterback. Mm-hmm. I'm not so sure the Ravens thought he could be an MVP quarterback. But I think they knew that he could play that position. How well, they were willing to give him an opportunity to find out. Yeah. So he's played the position as well as they could have possibly hoped. And that's what you get when I draft a guy. Man, I just hope he doesn't make me look bad. He's made him look great. Yeah. You took a guy that people said should change positions.
And by the way, I'm assuming it was your man Ozzie Newsome
that was Ozzie.
Who said he pushed, right? He was the one who said, was he still?
He was still over track. Actually, that was his last draft. Okay. That was his last draft.
All right. So give him, he's as good as anybody who ever tried this.
Yes.
Who ever tried to draft.
Yes.
Because
he got Ray Lewis and Jonathan Osborne his first draft.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, he is a big reason for the feeling of the Ravens dynasty, of keeping them at the highest level, right? And now it has come to this.
Yes.
And it has to emanate from the owner. It has to start at the top where the owner says, "I'm sorry."
You're not doing this, Skip. This is not a seventh round draft pick where you shelling out maybe $30,000. You're talking about maybe upwards of $250 million.
Yep.
And he's going to want at least 200 of that fully guaranteed.
Yep.
So absolutely, you run this all the way up to the top of the flagpole. Skip, this ain't midway. This is all the way to the top. Hey, you bypass everybody. You don't even ask the secretaries in. Mm-hmm. You just go, hey, Steve.
You do.
This is what he wants. What can we do? How close to this number can we get? How many years can we give him of the number of years that he's asking for? Mm. How close? Hey, you might have to go to an island somewhere. Steve, Ozzie, Eric DeCosta, Steve Bisciotti, the owner, Ozzie Newsome, Eric DeCosta.
Yep.
They might have to go to an island, get on some cigars, get on some tequila, whatever they. Hey, I see you some Laportier too, Ozzie. Mm-hmm. Hey, and sit back. Hey, guys, what we gonna do? Because if we lose this guy, are we prepared to be bad for a couple of years until we find a quarterback, unless one is available? Is Justin Fields available?
Maybe.
But you're going to find yourself back in the same situation, Skip.
Heck, is Aaron Rodgers available for 2 years? Mm-hmm. Would you want to try that? I don't know.
You want to get this man $50 million? I think the Ravens fans will be very, very disappointed because they say you got a guy that's 25, 26 years of age, and you're not willing to do anything for him, but you want to take a guy that's 38, 39 years of age and give him $50 million, and you're only going to have it for 2 years.
He's already got the $50 million.
Right.
I mean, you have to pay him.
Right. So you're going to take on his contract, and you're only going to have him for 2 years.
Yep.
And then what do you do after those 2 years?
I don't know. But they're stuck because, as you know, you can't snap your fingers and come up with another Lamar Jackson.
No.
Because if you snap your fingers and trade for Justin Fields, is he as good as Lamar? I'm sorry, I can't see that he would live up to that level.
But here's the thing. He's going to be going into his third year.
Yep.
He's going to be looking for a contract extension, too.
Yep, he will.
So then what?
Yep.
The thing is about these prices for the quarterback, Skip, they're not coming down. They're not. The market is not coming back. The market is, and these guys and the Burrows and the Herberts, they're going to push this. They're going to keep pushing this thing forward.
Yep. Okay. Do you try to trade for the number 1 overall pick from the Bears?
Well, why?
I'm just saying. Yeah.
No. I mean, the Ravens, Skip, you're going to have to give up 3 first rounders.
You'd have to give your future for Bryce Young.
Yes.
That's what you'd say.
Yes.
You would bet on Bryce Young over Lamar for the long haul.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But you better have those pieces around him because you're not going to be able to do a whole lot because your draft is shot.
Yeah.
Because you're going to switch draft position. You're going to give up 24 and you're going to give up 25. And for the number 1 from where they're selected.
What you'd have to do. You'd have to give up everything.
Yeah, Skip. Yeah. I mean, think about what 49ers gave up to get Trey Lance. And they moved up from, if I'm not mistaken, I think from 12 to 3.
Yep.
You're going to go from the mid-20s to number 1? Mm-hmm. You might have to give up 4 first-round picks. You might have to give up your first rounders all the way to 26.
You might. You would have to sell out, so to speak, for Bryce Young. In ways that you're not even remotely willing to sell out for Lamar. That is correct.
I mean, the thing is, you're going to have him on a rookie contract for 3 years. So you're able to go, you're able to go get some pieces. But this thing better pay off, because if it doesn't, that balloon payment is going to come due. Oof. And balloon payments for quarterbacks now, Skip, is $200 million. That's the cheapest for any quarterback that's worth anything. The cheapest you'll be able to get him.
Well, as you said during the Dak saga, it's just
just the cost of doing business.
The price,
right?
That's just what you got to pay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.